Hi there. I just wanted to help anyone else who has come in contact with entities, whether it may be a feeling or whether it may be by sight. I wanted to share a very scary experience. Okay, it was not long ago. I was laying in my bedroom, and I was lost in thought, as it often happens. So then I went to sleep. Now, when I went to sleep, I had the most uncomfortable feeling projecting from this entity as I had never in 28 years of my life experienced. Okay, so much, so uncomfortable. It was just a cold, tingling chill all over my body, and it was just, I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. I jumped from my bed and in one step made it to the light switch, which was not that close. And I turned on the lights as if I was going to see someone, but I couldn't see them. I don't know, for whatever reason, I couldn't see them. See, because when I say I see entities, I see them when they want to show themselves to me. There are times when I don't see them, but I feel them. So in that sense, I'm still learning on how to develop more in that sense. But simply because I couldn't see it doesn't mean that it wasn't there, okay? And right at that moment, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to feel, it was past midnight. I didn't know who to call. I mean, like I mentioned before, I'm just barely speaking this truth to everyone publicly. So I didn't know what to do. I do have sage with me, just because I have always enjoyed the sense of it, and I used it for sort of other things. But so what I did was I grabbed some sage. I grabbed a little bit of holy water that my parents have in their bedroom, and like I said, I come from a very conservative Catholic family, so they have holy water on stock. But I grabbed holy water, I grabbed the sage, and I burned some incense sage, and I called out loud. I asked Archangel Michael, please, protect me. Come help me clear my room. Use your blue sword of flame, your blue flame of, blue flame sword, and help me cut loose from this entity. Protect me. Allow me to communicate with him, and help me let him know that he is not welcome here, that he needs to move on. And I did this several times all over my room. I did it with the sage. I drew the symbols of the Reiki attunements that I have, Shokurei, Seiheki, Tamarasha. It was just a sense of comfort for me. And it was, I also did a power symbol. And that night I was able to go to sleep after the clearing and after the cleansing. But the next day I could still feel it around the house. So I took advantage that thankfully my family was out. The whole house was free and empty. And I did exactly the same thing I did in my room, every single room and every single corner of my house. And I know that this spirit moved on because I don't feel him anymore. But it was something that was just overpowering. It was a feeling that I had never ever had before, and it felt powerful. It felt absolutely menacing. And to me, like I mentioned before, yes, there's different kinds of spirits. There's kinds that are very comfortable, and some that are not so comfortable. I don't think of them and I don't say that they're negative because I don't believe in that word. I believe that they're just lost, or they're at a different level of their path. Therefore, they will get there. They're not negative. They have the ability to evolve. Okay, but I was definitely afraid, and I wanted to share that with you guys, so that if anyone has ever had any experience or is having these experiences, there is, you have the power, you can control, and you can just ask Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is our protector, okay? He is, well, all angels are non-denominational. I can't ever say that word, non-denominational. And therefore, it doesn't matter what religion you're from, it doesn't matter what culture you are, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. You can always call upon him, or any of the angels, or archangels, and they will assist you. All you need to do is ask, because they can't intervene unless you ask, because we all have free will. Okay? As far as that, I have also had really good experiences with entities. Like I mentioned before, not only can I feel them, sometimes I see them, but I can also smell them. And sometimes I'm just, doing my work, doing my poetry, doing whatever it is that I'm doing in my environment, in my room, where I can disconnect from anyone and just be me and just be happy. And all of a sudden I could smell lavender and sage and chamomile, and it was such a pleasant smell. And I know I wasn't burning anything, and I know anyone in my house wasn't burning anything, but it was only consumed in my environment. And it was a great feeling. And all of a sudden I found myself smiling, and I found myself at peace and just feeling happy. And that was my first time that I ever, could scent spirits in the positive sense. In the negative, I never made the connection until recently that what I was smelling was lower entities. For a while, I'm a very neat person, like I mentioned before, even borderline OCD-ish, okay? But I would work at the office, with the one with the kids, and I would have really long hours, and I would be gone the whole day. When I would come to my room, sometimes, randomly, I would open the door, and I would, as soon as I got in, I would smell this terrible and awful scent of sour milk and rotten mold. It was just disgusting, and I could never understand what it was. And for a while, when I first started smelling this, I would go insane. Like, I would look and clean every corner of my room, and I would try to look for something that could have just, I don't know, been rotten in my room, maybe an animal, or maybe, some sort of thing, but I never could find anything. There was nothing ever in my room, and yet there was that scent, okay? And, it happened several times. And all of a sudden, one day, I came in and I could smell it. And again, it was after this episode where I had that awful energy around me, where it finally connected. Everything, it just flashed right in front of me. Every single time that I had smelled that, every single time I had felt that, it all flashed right in front of me, and it connected. And I understood right there that this is what that was. There is higher vibrations, souls, that are also just lingering around, that they smell absolutely divine, and they're just calming. And then there's the other entities that are lost, and they smell terrible. Like, they definitely grabs your attention. And so now sometimes I'm aware of scents, whenever I go to different places, and I can tell what kind of vibration entities are around that area. I also had an experience recently, which it left me thinking and wondering, okay? I have a visitor. She is a female. She feels like she might be my age, between maybe 20s and her 30s. Her name is Mariella, and I know this because that's the name that always comes to me when I feel her presence. I don't know anything about her. I don't know how I can help her, but she's always around me, and she just comes to visit me. And I wish I could be able to help her or her family, but I don't know how to. So I figure, one day, just recently, I would put it out there on Facebook. It was the beginning of me actually speaking out about who I am. And I got some advice on how to send light to her and just help her move on, which was also nice. But I also, that day the last time where I felt her. I felt her energy, but I felt her very repressed, like she was not alone. Like there was also someone else with her that wasn't letting her express her joyful and happy self. And it was a different setting. I had never experienced where there was always someone opposing to them. I always had, I guess, individual experiences, never two different entities, never a positive and a negative together in the same room. They were always either positive, and there was just kids all over the place and things like that. But this was different. And again, I send light and love to her, and I send light and love to him, and I hope that they were able to move on. I don't feel them per se anymore, but I wanted to share this with anyone out there, because if you are experiencing this, I would like to guide you in a way so that you're not lost and you're not afraid and you're not wondering what is going on like I did for so long. So I hope it helps. Thank you.